Hello YouTube, it is Atticus with a bonus video for you guys today. So yeah, I have a Chaos versus Dwarf game, and I have a Dark Elves versus Wood Elf games I just casted, which was a ranked one, which is really cool. I'm excited about, and I figured I would do a little Dark Elf versus High Elf, show you guys a strategy versus High Elf, since I think that's kind of the videos I enjoy the most, is the How to Win series, kind of showing you reliable builds and the thought process behind it, and how to deal with certain matchups. So yeah, this one we got the Druchii versus the High Elves, and there's two different schools of thought in this matchup. One is you could try to be the most powerful Death Star and just meet the High Elves, pound for pound, Swordmaster, the Harganef, etc. Or you could go more of a skirmish build, which relies on repeater crossbows and harpies, Sneshy Harvesters getting into the back line. So I went for the first build. I went for the powerful Death Star. To try to, we're doing an arm wrestling match here, and I'm gonna, just try to, go against the most powerful High Elf units with some of the most powerful Dark Elf units. So it's a small army, it's elite, and yeah, it does the trick. So for the build, what you guys do is here you should take 4 different Harganef Executioners. One of them, of course, being the Blades of the Blood Queen, which will give the ward save to your Lord, and are just, they're gold chevroned up, so they're a lot more superior. Versus Swordmasters, these guys, they don't have the missile resist, but they have murderous mastery. What's it called? God. Yeah, murderous mastery, or I think whatever. The High Elves do have martial prowess, so it kind of balances each other out. One-on-one, though, I think it's pretty much even. I mean, it all just depends on if there's any range units and stuff like that. But the Blades of the Blood Queen will beat through any unit that the High Elves have. So you also take 1 bolt thrower, and yeah, the bolt thrower is going to be screening out any reavers, dealing with a lord, dealing with dragon princes, protected by 1 unit of dread spears. For my anti-large contingent, you can see here I did bring the mighty Charybdis. So yeah, the Charybdis is really cool for several different reasons. 1 is the anti-large, 2 is for the poison, and 3 for the abyssal howl, which gives a negative leadership and a radius around him. So in the later fight, when he's in there, battling, supporting the Harganef Executioners, he's going to be lowering the leadership of these guys, making them break just that much easier. So, and he's a good counter to like Dragon Princes and things like that. He'll do a lot of damage. He doesn't have heal, it doesn't have regeneration like the Hydras, but yeah, I think he's really good. I like playing at the Charybdis. In my experience, though, he's not enough. You have to bring a unit of spears or somebody to assist of him, like the Fireborn would beat him one-on-one, but supported by the Spears and Marathi, who also will do -18 melee attack in melee. Yeah, it's just a good combination. There's a good synergy. Also, like I said, another unit of Spears, and the Spears is either going to come around the side here to deal with any cav. It's going to come here to assist the Charybdis against any engagement like that. As usual, you take 2 units of Harpies, always put them here on the sides, and their job is, as you can see right here, we're going to be trying to shut down these Ever Queen's Courtyard, and also screen out these Lyrian Reavers. So, for my Lord choice, of course, Marathi. A couple things about Marathi, for anybody who might be new to her. She has -18. She has something called the Heartrender Sword, which is -9 melee attack in a radius. This will be casted always. She doesn't have to be in combat for it. But then she has another one. It's like Enchanting Beauty, which is another -9 melee attack. But it only procs if she's in actual combat. So if you want to get the full -18 melee attack, you need to have her in. She's anti-large. She has healing. She has armor piercing. So don't underestimate her ability to go in and assist. Say a unit of Dragon Princes come in and they're fighting a spear. Send her in with the support of the Spears. She'll debuff them. She'll kill a lot of the units, and like I said, she can heal herself if she does start taking damage. For my opponent, really elite here too. He has a front line of Spears. One being the Signs of Mathlon, who give I think it's +18 ward save to any units around him. So yeah, really good pick. I like that. Also has the Pyramid Company, the White Lions of Chase. So these guys actually have a ward save for a Lord. So they do like what the Harganef Executioners do. One-on-one, the Harganef, the Blades of the Blood Queen do. Blades of the Blood Queen will beat these guys, but yeah, they're still really good. They'll give as good as they get. Also, the Ever Queen's Courtyard, which is really good, armor piercing, magic, range damage, and these units also have a hidden benefit of giving more winds of magic for your lord. So it's a really good synergy if you bring Teclis or Lariel. And for his lord, he did bring Teclis. So for spell loadout, he brought Nets, Cascading Fire Cloak, Heal, and yeah, he also has the Flaming Phoenix spell too. And in the back, he has one unit of Swordmasters, also with a spear unit protecting it. So yeah, really elite, a little bit of everything. 2 units of Lyran Ravens. I really like this. These guys are really good at taking out sisters. They can beat Dark Riders with repeater crossbows one-on-one, and they're just a really good nuisance. There's something I have to keep in mind, and I have to waste resources trying to protect against them. And you can see right here his real heavy hitters. He has Dragon Princes, the Fireborn, and these guys are the best anti-large cav unit in the game. So really dangerous. You really have to deal with these guys, because if they cycle charge you, your army will just collapse. Also has a noble supporting tech list, so really good. I like his build a lot. So let's go ahead and start the matchup, guys. So yeah, this is a really big open map, so we're gonna have a little distance to traverse before the battle will start. So let's go ahead and just fast forward it here till something starts happening. So yeah, right off the bat, I'm gonna wait for him. I'm gonna be patient. If you have the artillery advantage, no sense rushing in. Just wait. Make him have to come to you. No matter which unit he brings, he's gonna take damage. So what I'm hoping is he'll come in with these guys, and that way the repeater crossbow can start shooting them. Also, if these guys do come into the battle, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send. You can always send a spear unit just to screen them out. They have the silver shields, and yeah, they'll just force those guys, especially if they have the skirmish, to have to run back. Which will not allow them to be hitting your more juicier targets, like my Charybdis. It only has, I think, 40 armor, 50 armor. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, well, things will start moving here pretty shortly. I apologize for a little bit of a wait. I think what it was I was at work, and I had to go help a customer real quick. So here in a second, the match will start. We do have it fast forwarded. So yeah, any second now. Any second now. Any second now. Okay, there we go. Moving my harpies, which means the match has officially begun. So right off the bat, I'm going to get these spears here, just kind of in position, facing these guys. I'm going to get the Reaper Bolt Thrower in position to start trying to shoot in on these guys. He is staying right outside their range, but you can see right now, part of his units are going to get just barely into the range of my repeater crossbows, and my bolt throwers. And we're going to get our first shot, which is a swing and a miss. But yeah, if anything, it's forcing him to split up his units, and it's taking some of his micro away. Finally, we're going to get a really good hit, take out looks like 2 different units, and this is just why I enjoy the bolt thrower so much. It's just such an effective tool. Over here, I'm going to get a really good Doom Bolt onto these units of Spearmen. I was aiming for the Everqueen's Courtyard. Also going to get a Vortex spell right here into the middle of these Signs of Mathlon. So yeah, Marathi is such a powerhouse, using all her bound spells, and just doing. She has some of the best range of any magic. She has really good winds of magic, best range. I can't talk. Best range. She has really good spell variety, and yeah, you can see all this damage we've done for free, pretty much. The bolt throwers are going to switch on to these Fireborn, who are going to start taking a little bit of damage. Meanwhile, my Harpies, here's what I was talking about. I'm going to start screening with these units of Dread Spears. I see that he's trying to deal with my my bolt thrower, so these guys are just going to start chasing him away. Going to move my armies now into position. He's going to start shooting, but he probably needed to focus on the Blades of the Blood Queen. I don't think he noticed them, so he's shooting, into these Hargoneth Executioners. But fortunately for me, Harpies are going to come in, and these are what Harpies excel at, shutting down these really powerful units. I am going to get a Miasma on the Fireborn here, which is going to slow him. And yeah, our front lines are going to just start collapsing. And yeah, my units are just going to shred through these guys. Now, he does come around the back and flank my unit of Hargoneth Executioners, which is really good. And this is another strategy I wanted to show you guys. So what you do is you use Harpies pretty much on a suicide run, and you'll land them in on a target that's really mobile. It will muck them up, and then you cast a spell right on top of your Harpies. You sacrifice them, but then you're also holding up all his units, which is just going to do a lot of damage. So yeah, another really good Vortex spell. We've dealt with these spears. We've done a lot of damage to his Everqueen's Courtyard. Over here, my units are winning the engagements. We do have the superior cav, so it's not really surprising for me. I am going to send the Kribis, Spears, and Marathi all, you know, just to take out this noble. And he's going to get a really good charge right into my... Apologize for the lag there. Wow, why is he doing that? There we go. And but this is what I want to show you guys. These guys are minus 18 melee attack right now because of Marathi. So look at their melee attack. They're at 34 melee attack, and look how fast with the Kribis, Marathi, and the Spears we just destroy those Fireborn. All meanwhile we're killing this the noble, and yeah, my front line is winning the infantry fight here. We're shredding through these guys. I've been sending this Harpy to screen these guys out. These Spears are trying to get back into position, and yeah, now that I've beat these Spears, I'm going to send the Harkened Executioners here now to start chasing the Everqueen's Court Guard, who is wisely shooting in on the Kribis. I am going to use these Spears right here to collapse in on these guys, and we're going to keep them from dealing with the Kribis. And keep in mind, guys, the whole time this Kribis is given minus, what is it, 10, minus 12, I forget, leadership to everybody in the surrounding area. Over here, Harkened Executioners are chasing these guys away. I'm going to try to get another Doom Bolt, but these guys are moving pretty fast. But luckily for me, I have Harpies who are going to come and muck these guys up. Opponent is going to, oh, you can see Marathi is chasing good old Teclis here, who is going to get a net to hold these guys up. But because of those Harpies chasing them, they're going, not going to be much good for him. Meanwhile, the Bolt Thrower is going to switch on the Teclis. I've dealt with pretty much all his infantry. We've collapsed the whole front line. Opponent is going to finally get into my Bolt Thrower, but at this stage of the game, I mean, they've pretty much already gotten their value. All you can see right here is Teclis is getting chased by Marathi, who is using Miasma to slow her. She does have anti-large, and yeah, she'll just put a spanking to Teclis, who really just doesn't have it. He's reliant on the noble to win, and that's going to end up being game. So, yeah, a good game to my opponent. Let's go ahead and look at the in-screen breakdown. So, like I said, you have two different trains of thought. If you want to go the muscle route versus High Elves, so this is the kind of build you need. You just have to bring Harpies to shut down his ranged, and some kind of answer to his cav. So I had the Kribis, the Bolt Thrower, and yeah, you saw Marathi is. Just remember, guys, Marathi is best used in support of another unit. She's not necessarily good by herself. In one-on-one engagements, but in support of another unit, that's where she shines. That's how you get the full minus 18 melee attack. So yeah, the build worked really good. My infantry, chewed through his Harpies, screened out the Illyrian Reavers. We were able to keep the Everqueen's Court Guard pretty much shut down the whole game. So he spent what, 1,400 gold? It only got 9 kills. And that just goes to show you how annoying Harpies could be. The Kribis did really good. You saw how fast we were able to destroy those Fireborn. And how it supported the infantry fight. And yeah, everything just kind of went as planned. And for my opponent's build here, this is a really good build. It just, I just happened to kind of counterpick him. So I hope that helps you guys with your Dark Elf versus High Elf matchup. Also, stay tuned for that Dark Elf versus Wood Elf game that I'll be casting, or I've already cast it. It just takes a while to upload. And I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. If there's any certain matchup that you guys want to see, that Dark Elves, like any way that I go about, maybe you want to see a Dark Elf versus Empire game, or if you want to see a Dark Elf versus Greenskins, just let me know. Give me some feedback. If there, if there's a matchup you guys are struggling with, I can show you several different builds. I have. For each races, I have 3 or 4 different Druchii builds, to fight them. I could give you experimental builds, I could give you meta builds, anything you want. So I'm just hoping, though, by my replays and by my channel, what you guys are seeing is just some of the thought process, how I build my build and how I use each unit in synergy and in combination with each other. Dark Elves are very... what's the word I'm looking for? They work well together. Like each unit, supports another unit, and it's almost like a domino effect. Your front line supported by your Harpies, who in return supported by your repeater crossbows, who in return, having your bolt thrower pressure, and so on. So, all right, guys, it's Atticus. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.